God, they built something custom over here. Nice, but this is a pretty heavily marked up map. We've got Skyrim music going in the background. It's winter, and it should be a-okay. But anyway, what's up, guys? Wee Woo here. Today we have another OFC operation between Swedish forces and Russian GRU. It's part of a large-scale campaign that all of OFCRA is doing, not week to week, but you know, once every 2 to 3 weeks, give or take. Last week was a World War II PvP operation. Today is this modern day one. We have about 100 players playing, so I'm going to reflect that in the title and go back into it here. But it's about, I think the Blue 4 guys have a, excuse me, the Op 4 guys have a slight numbers advantage here. But otherwise, it is basically a 3-sector control, but with a twist. Some of the sectors get locked after 1 hour, and then the 3rd sector gets left open for the entirety of the time. So Op 4, within the hour of starting, have to actually start moving out and getting things done. Now, if I recall correctly, I also have to bring this truck into the AO in order to capture things. So it's kind of a vehicle escort mission into the AOs themselves, which should be pretty interesting because these things are quote-unquote mainframes. So you've got these nice little stations right here that can be hacked into from that truck, and they're in 3 different locations that Blue 4 evenly spawns across all 3. So let's go ahead and look at our Op 4 force here. They are going to have, in terms of vehicles, the hacker truck, 4 Gazes, and a BRDM with a PKT on the top, though people have told me that's a PKS, but either way, it's some sort of 7.62 machine gun up top. But otherwise, these guys are being given tandem warheads. That makes me think that Blue 4 is going to have some sort of armored vehicle, but we're seeing PKPs, Alden helmets, like the whole 9 yards here. VSS, so suppressed rifles in play with 9.39 caliber. Is that an NPZ railing on an AK-12 with an ACOG on it? Oh god, if Macra were to see these, he'd be reeing pretty hard. Suppressed pistols, SVDSs. We've got some VG-25 on... Nope, wait, that was a flashlight. Never mind. Trying to see if there's any grenadier capabilities around here, but... oh, nope, there. Wait, nope, it's the flashlight again. Fuck. They look so similar. So when you call, when you say there's a grenadier and a Russian kit, it actually means they have an RPG because they use it as, you know, a grenadier weapon instead. But I don't see any VOG-25 on the Russian side, but that is a-okay. Looks like a lot of them are equipped with suppressed pistols here, but no, here we've got the breakdown here. So I actually don't see any VOG on their kits, and they've got 2 transport UAZs right there as well, and you hear them messing around with some of their suppressed weapons. I think those are handguns. Anyway, Noah, how you doing? James, how you doing? Belswick, how you doing? And Serect, how are you doing? There is a 5-minute delay. I do apologize, but I will be getting back to you guys ASAP. Rocket Prone, thank you as well. How are you all doing today? But otherwise, the Swedish are a mix of mainly Swedish police, but they also have some Swedish military. So we're seeing some simple police vests. We've got some M136s here for light AT, some G36Ks. These look like, because of the Lancer mags, which I believe are the plastic ones, these are the RHS ones. That's an M24 with an ACOG scope. That's a bolt-action 7.62 marksman rifle that, honestly, it is common to see that with police. You got some MP5s in use as well, which is a smaller caliber submachine gun. You got some shotguns in play here as well, but otherwise no dedicated heavy AT. You've got some... Oh my gosh, no, not that song. Bloodwing. Oh my freaking god. Alright, I'm gonna give it some space because I'm worried about copyright, but Bloodwing has been memeing that song for a while. But also they have some of those, a Swedish submachine gun that is also in use. So you got some military kits here. They've got G3 rifles, so that's a 7.62 battle rifle. You got a PCML which is actually an N-Law. That's a single-shot launcher as well. You got a GPMG, which is a 7.62 machine gun. Nicely general-purpose medium machine gun there. There's my body. And you got Sholin firing off. We do see 203 systems for Grenadier weapons on them as well. And is that a SIG 5.56? I believe so, if not some sort of 5.56 equivalent. We're also seeing some rifles here. An MP7 on this guy. I'm not sure if he's like vehicle crew or something. And you've got, oh, it's because he also has the submachine gun. So they basically get 2 submachine guns in their kits. And then, so this is the central point. This one can never be quote-unquote expired. It's a serial box structure, but you have the actual hacker station back here that OFCRA has to interact with. It's funny, they wanted to execute me by that car, but I didn't let them. So another quick thing to note before I get to the last section is, let me see if I can find it. But there are, the police all have remote designators, so there's like 5 remote designators in total, and you're actually going to see Blue4 deploy those remote designators to basically just keep cameras on the players, so hopefully they'll be able to track where OFCRA is coming in from. So I thought that was a really cool concept, in all honesty. Otherwise, something just messed with my render distance there, so I just paged it all back up. And now we're going to look at this final Blue4 group, which is another police group of mixed weaponry here from what we saw with the other group, and they're going to be trying to hold that station there. But otherwise, I don't see Blue4 with any vehicles to use, so I think they're going to purely be defensive, minus that one transport car. So interesting how the Russian players are given tandem warheads, but I guess that's for balance sake because they don't do a lot of damage against infantry themselves. But otherwise, mission has officially started. You're going to start seeing OFCRA load up into these vehicles and deploying. And yes, they Falcon punched me. But this is pretty much an escort mission, so this will be pretty interesting here. And I think we've got a good venue of music for a winter-style map. Also, a few other things I'm thinking of. If you guys remember the Star Wars Mandalorian campaign that was all open world with various missions, I'm thinking about making a 40K version of it for a few friends to do like a D&D style adventure, but in Arma 3. It's still TBA. I just thought of it today, but I want to give myself something different to focus on. Again, because that was a really nice passion project to do when it was Star Wars related, and then it burned out because the players were too OP. But I'm thinking about like hybridizing some sort of D&D system in that. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, there's the car, the Blue4 guys grabbed. They're driving it around. By the way, it is NASA in that car with Rigel there. And he is commanding Blue4 side as OFCRA is being commanded by Kubasius. Let me actually just verify that. No, that's Bravo Blue. Hold up. I would assume it's Pogo then commanding, which actually makes sense because he was the one that wanted to be in charge. But these guys, it looks like they're taking this massive route here to go around and check on OFCRA spawn, as OFCRA is now going to start coming in from the northern corner. And I'll be checking those remote designator points in a moment because I want to see if they've actually been properly deployed here. So if we look right here...
Let's give him a warm welcome.
Yep, here's the remote designator. So I think that's pretty damn cool that they have this, but I'm not sure if it's, yeah, technically in the roster. So that's pretty interesting to note. Rob Gone, thanks for the 100 bits. I always do appreciate it, my man. And yeah, again, OFCRA is the only group that I do a time delay for. It's because they ask me to. I can understand their concerns with, you know, stream sniping and whatnot, but it just gives us a little bit of time to work with delays. But I also have Sparky working on something special for me. I gave it to him like an hour ago, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job. I'm going to put it in a meme op. I just don't know which one yet, but I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it there. But otherwise, in terms of other big ARMA projects, we've got the current Project 19 fund, which, by the way, is actually Project 20. I mismanaged my project numbers, so that is completely my bad. Speaking of bad, we have an OFCRA group driving up here. They cut the engine so they can just coast downhill, so they can be that extra level of stealthy. That was actually really smart, because now these Blue 4 guys don't know that these OFCRA guys are here. I don't know, Zicky, every time I see Zicky around, there's something really interesting happens that normally wouldn't happen any other time. But it looks like Blue 4 just spotted him. Bob is now coming up. And there goes that guy. I gotta mute myself in the other channel. And combat has already begun with Blue 4 ambushing an OFCRA dismount point. That was a Massacre getting tapped there. And now OFCRA is trying to push back against the Blue 4 guys here. A lot of Blue 4 guys got hit there. Yeah, a lot were caught in the open here. Most are down, but not dead. But this Blue 4 attack might not go as well as they want. We got Nubas back here trying to dig something. It's only a handful of Blue 4 guys left, but it's looking pretty even. But we got Zicky coming up. Zicky, by the way, is coming into FNF Titans 2 in one of the two teams OFCRA is bringing. And he is honestly one of the best players in OFCRA. He himself is, I would say, the equivalent of T5 Bay or Nemesis. They can wipe entire squads by themselves if you let them. What do you decide the equipment the players will have in Project 19? It is all decided. I just have to make sure the mission file will boot because we have a very unique issue for it. But we'll talk about that in development probably later tonight, if not tomorrow morning. So Zicky's slowly coming up. We have a lot of... yeah, Blue 4 lost 4 guys to that ambush and was forced to pull back. Zicky hasn't seen them on the right. Oh, yes, he has. He noticed he's taking some shots, and he gets his second kill. On that group, OFCRA continues the spray. And you got these poor 3 guys trying to pull back here. I'm going to try to scroll up. It was Bluck, Edberg, Lemur, and the rest of them are just down, but this is the entirety of Echo Blue, and there's another OFCRA team coming up to push them. Now, I'm wondering if these guys will be double tapping. You got Seal Willem here just looting. And we have a marksman now firing overhead. Nubas is still trying to run. Adam getting knocked out. Parth is down to a pistol because his shotgun's not going to do him much good on this range. And I'm surprised the OFCRA group here hasn't closed in. But that might change as now it looks like they're starting to shift over to the left here. You see him right there. And Nubas is still making a run for it, trying to dig a trench in the open. He's probably going to get spotted out by this OFCRA group coming around. But Blue 4 already losing a full group is not going to do him any favors. I think Blue 4 kind of jumped the gun on that ambush when they should have set up a little bit more. Now here's OFCRA doing the double taps here. And Parth just got hit, and Adam got double tapped. Let me guess, that's Zicky. Nope, that's Mickey. Ah, the names. And there's Nubas getting knocked out as he tries to dig a trench because OFCRA comes back around. And Blue 4 has already lost an entire squad. And OFCRA only lost a single guy to that. That is going to be devastating. So Blue 4 here, mainly that garrison was part of... That was the rightmost garrison. So OFCRA is going to have forces down here be able to come down and sweep that sector and bring the transport truck around. Meanwhile, you've got some of Blue 4 that's deployed all the way out here trying to guess one of the routes that Op4 would take to come into the AO, but Op4 took a very direct approach and then sweeped around from there and already has most of their forces deployed. So now we're going to have probably about 10 to 15 minutes of Op4 maneuvering. The next point of combat's going to be here after these Op4 guys regroup. And I'll be curious to see where Blue 4 tries to redeploy and lick their wounds here. Because losing an entire squad early on is going to hurt them. However, Blue 4 is still the defending group, so as long as they keep a tight AO, they should be fine. And losing one squad early on isn't a guaranteed loss, but it certainly makes it harder. The thing about the police guys being sent to ambush around is they have a lot of closer range weapons that are designed for defense. I'm surprised the police group was sent out and about when a lot of their weaponry is more close range, the shotguns and SMGs specifically. So seeing all of that in the open here, I get what they were trying to do, you know, try to get lucky and get an ambush, but when push came to shove, they still got their asses kicked. So I can see where the ground commander was going with this idea, but he was just outperformed by Op4 having literal assault rifles, you know? Multiple ACOGs, SVDs, you know, the whole 9 yards. So that's a tough one there. But otherwise, today is going to... Yeah, these two are probably going to run up and check to make sure those bodies are down. But today is going to be this PvP commentary. Then I'm going to go downstairs where my kitchen is. And I have some rice and cinnamon soaking in some water. I'm going to use that to make a mash for horchata.
Send in goat team 6.
Oh, and Parthish just bled out. Unfortunate.
Oh, what's this button do?
Because it's almost Cinco de Mayo, I am Mexican, and I want to make some authentic cuisine to feed Bloodwing, because she is mostly Greek, and I want to show her a little bit more about my culture, but enough about me there. After that, we've got a World War II, interesting enough, an Ethiopian theater World War II operation with the players as Anzac, Australia and New Zealand, versus AI Italians, and they're going to be... the players are going to be taking over an airfield for that Paw Patrol op at 8 p.m. EST tonight. Funny enough, Anzac you can kind of get away with because there's a lot of UK stuff and there's stuff in Faces of War, but this is a desert scenario, so I didn't actually add Faces of War. I got every other mod, though. But making the Italians was kind of strange because there's no Italian stuff at all. So 2D helped me build a lot of profiling for that, especially with the vehicles. So for that, you're going to see like Soviet vehicles on the Italian side just because it looks close enough. So I know there's some history buffs that like to watch me and yell at me for what I use, but it's literally because there's nothing else I could get away with. Zix taking a marksman shot to the right of his head as there's a long-range engagement at the closest AO to Op4 spawn. But otherwise, if we have the time and that op finishes early, we'll go to the TM op on the ground. And then after it, I'll probably do some mission development with Project 20, which is... I've been calling it Project 19, but Project 19 was actually the op we already ran. I just mismatched my numbers because I've been keeping up with that because I've been busy front logging literally weeks worth of videos, and it's been a pain in the ass. Anyway, James Trish... No, I got it right. James Tristan, thank you so much for the 5-month resub, my man. That button helps you resub, and it allows me to have a roof over my head and have something to eat and, you know, not starve to death, which is great. But nonetheless, thank you so much. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this scenario. Jonathan snaking around back. It looks like they didn't take any KIAs from that. Jonathan now turning around to do some blind suppression up there to try to make Blue 4 keep their heads down. You know, I realize that doesn't go away. I don't know why. Just stays up there. Otherwise, Op 4 is also pushing these other angles here. And they're actually staying to overwatch that section with the BRDM in place, even though that spot is the one that Blue 4 is kind of sacrificed here because they put that squad on a more aggressive angle. So, yeah, it's not really looking good for Blue 4 here, as Op4 is systematically sweeping these locations and doing a lot of recon while they're also trying to probe defenses of these sectors. But I can only hope Blue 4 is getting some good data with these remote designators. I'm going to be honest, I want to ask if I can do that in FNF, because I'm looking to make a mission, but I want it to be a little unique, you know? All right. I will admit the high levels of marks here are a little tough. Blue 4 now slowly inching up to Op 4 spawn. I mean, the only thing that left behind were some transport UAZs, not really anything else. So I don't think Blue 4 is going to get anything good out of that theft. I think they're also trying to check maybe if the command vehicle that they have to bring into the AO to do the hacks will be left in that AO, but instead Op 4 is being smart and moving that with them, but keeping it on the back line. Tough call. By the way, if you want the exact point values, I believe... it's in the freaking document here to look it over real quick. Okay. So this objective here and that objective there are each worth 1 point. The central objective is worth 2 points. You gotta remember that the 1 point objectives expire after an hour. So Op4 has got plenty of time to maneuver on those, though. And then there's the supremacy bonus of if Op4 kills all but 5 or less Blue 4 players, Op4 gets 2 points. So you're actually rewarded a lot more in this operation for trying to eliminate the entire enemy team fully, because it gives you a big chunk of points. Well, I mean, in police movies, usually the bad guys do have the better gear. I mean, it's just the protagonist with a handgun, and he's fighting dudes with SMGs, assault rifles, body armor, freaking static weapons, crew-served stuff, you name it. It gets messy. Speaking of crew-served weapons, by the way, the Project 20 operation, we have 3-man AGS teams at the platoon level. 2 to carry parts of an AGS-30, and then 1 guy to carry the ammo to manually reload the damn thing. So we're going to have 2 of those turrets actively, which will be pretty cool. Otherwise, I think Mosin is taking fire here. He just doesn't realize that he's on a kill, because he was... Yeah, so he was the guy that sniped Nubass on the northern side as he was trying to build a trench, and then the southern group is starting to move in, and they're trying to sandwich this AO here. Now, these guys already have a lot of kills under their belt, so they have to be feeling a little better here about how their gear works and how to engage. And they have gotten a few hits on some of these guys. Another thing I want to point out is one of the major differences in technology for long range between these factions is Blue 4's marksman rifle is a 5-round bolt-action marksman rifle, whereas Op4 get 10-round SVD semi-automatics. So, at longer ranges, Op4 is going to do much better than Blue 4. If you guys want the horchata recipe, once I finalize how I'm going to do it, I'll give it to you. I don't mind. But I've basically taken 3 or 4 from the internet, and I'm hybridizing them to find the best concoction. That's one of the things I want to do with my channel when I move out to the townhouse with Bloodwing, is I'm also going to make a section for mead making, just for the hell of it, because it's fun, and use my channel as like a diary for it. All right, great suppression out here by Seal as he is trying to keep this one Blue 4 guy down. That is Callie, another good player. But, oh, unfortunately, there was a little drop in his cover. And his opponent had some slight elevation on him and actually took him out. And Gotti here taking some devastatingly long-range shots. from a guy with an ACOG. So obviously. But like I'm saying, OPFOR has the better long range scopes here. And Blue 4 is not really playing to that. How would I say it? They're playing to OPFOR's advantage by going in these areas where OPFOR can set up at range and engage into Blue 4. Which is why this town is so important, because those scope advantages get negated in this CQC setting. But so far, Blue 4 is really just defeating themselves in detail here by spreading out to cover so many objectives. But OPFOR has such superior gear here that Blue 4 is just getting picked off. And if this trend continues, I don't think Blue 4 is going to be able to hold here. So you even got Blue 4 has a squad of actual Swedish military here that have great gear that's on par with OPFOR's, but it's only one squad versus a bunch of OPFOR there. But I do like seeing Ezio here in his inventory, probably on his radio coordinating, but he's waiting with that submachine gun for OPFOR to come to this spot to try to do the hack, because that is what's going to be important for nullifying OPFOR's range, is fighting them CQC. You're hearing some RPGs getting fired in the buildings here as OPFOR is still slowly encompassing this spot. OPFOR's put some guys over here by one of the spots where there was a remote designator marker. I don't see it destroyed, so either it never got deployed or OPFOR just moved it to a corner and threw it somewhere. You ever think of a Mexican Navy / police versus paramilitary cartel op? That's kind of funny, actually. A few days ago, someone in TSB hosted one, and it went really well. I was just busy doing something else at the time. But according to the reviews, people liked it, so... You have to understand, like, TSB has a very wide range of operations. Here's another dead Blue 4 guy, unfortunately. I was a little too close. Oh God. No. Okay, never mind. Don't disturb the dead. All right, I've learned my lesson. What the fuck was that? As I was saying, TSB has a wide range of ops that, you know, I don't get to cover every single one because I don't have the time of the day. But, no, now that I think about it, it's not uncommon to see, like, police versus cartel concepts done a few times every, I want to say 3 to 5 months, actually. Because I remember the last one was on Isla Duala, like, 6 months ago, give or take. I think Grizzly did a rotation on it, or someone else. But, yeah, a few days ago, there was a cartel op done. It was a defense of cartel defending against US DEA and stuff. Testing how delayed the stream is? It's 5 minutes, broski. Main protagonists have plot armor, yeah, right? Oh, Royd is getting flanked by Delta Red up there as these guys have set up. That was Alfred, who has a little bit of magnification here, but was unable to get the hit. His bullets were landing a little wide there. It looks like I am getting tracers, actually, which is great. The SWAT team always dies instantly to that one guy with a handgun. Yeah, welcome to Hollywood. I think in reality, a SWAT team would frickin' paint the walls red with that one dude with the handgun. He might get lucky and get one, but people's reaction times are pretty quick, so. I also love how they dug a trench into the supply box. Usually when that happens, it causes it to clip. I also like Romulad's position here with the M24. That might not be the M24. It might have a different designation, but it's basically a 5 or 10 round bolt action marksman rifle. But that's some nice elevation he's got there. And this position circled over here, this is OPFOR Command with the truck actually trying to get some long-range shots in because they have ACOGs. Yeah, why not, you know? Keep harassing Blue 4's AO while keeping the vehicle safe. That's pretty smart. Looks like Blue 4, yep, they took the UAZs and they're bringing them back, but there's not really much they're going to be able to do with those. Feels like there's bias? Not really. It's more so Blue 4 is not playing this one properly, in my opinion. They can nullify Op 4's optics advantages in the city, but they kind of evenly divided themselves. It didn't help that they sent a full squad to try to, like, ambush Op 4 coming in, but in reality, Op 4 just curb stomped them. Like, even if Blue 4 was doing well, that Op 4 squad could have just called for that other squad that was lollygagging to the north to come in, and Blue 4 still would have been screwed. Unless one of the Blue 4 guys channeled the inner spirit of Adriano to grace OFCRA with his FNF presence. Now, we do have some Blue 4 guys trying to suppress over here at Bravo Red. So you got some of these guys ducking behind trees to mainly conceal themselves because the tree has, you know, it's a pine tree with all this white stuff. Bullets go right through it. The branches with the pine needles, that's what I'm looking for. It's only the hardwood that would actually stop a bullet. Yeah, it's Russian GRU. It's basically Russian-backed terrorists. I mean, it's supposed to be like a Swedish area, so. It's basically Winter War II Electric Boogaloo. Meanwhile, looking at the Op 4 forces here, I'm really surprised they haven't been given the go-ahead yet to move into this AO right here. There is no one defending it. Except this one lone AI here, but I think it's also because the truck that would have to be brought in to hack it, quote-unquote, they're waiting to secure this area, then they're going to drive it around so they can secure that area, and as that driving is being done, this force can then come in and start harassing the town, and then this force can then come in on the other side. And they can divide Blue 4's defensive line. So meanwhile, Op 4 has done a rush on this area here. That's Zixme's group coming in. Jonathan doing some suppression with his vehicle. They're taking some fire back. Dark Neo, I think, is firing with that Swedish S. Nope, that was the MP5, and he gets smacked. But he was able to hit Zixme here. Jonathan now taking some accurate fire. He got hit lightly. He's trying to inch back over, but he's going to see his gun poke out. Op 4 needs to commit more forces to push in here, because if they don't, they might not be able to get the easier objective out of the two here. And Blue 4 is going to get a guaranteed point. Right, World War II SMGs versus tricked out AKs. Let's go. Speaking of that, I mean, he's going down with it now. Zix was dragged back. I don't see any medical designation on these guys. Actually, none, period, so it's probably not marked. Ooh. Someone just got hit over here. I don't see any blood, though. Oh, yep. Yeah, there it is. Keyhold. Yeah, so blood will spawn on the bottom of buildings and whatnot, so someone got smacked right there, too. Roland trying to push up. Gets Jonathan with a grenade. And manages to trade with Devil Dog. Coob coming out to get the kill, but he is on his own now. He is also bleeding. So he's in trouble. That was a great play by Roland to pretty much stop this attack. If another Blue 4 guy goes up there to sweep it, that'll be it. I think Royd's going to go over there and join him, but that's a really great way for Blue 4 to help stretch out this firefight, because again, this objective and that other objective lock out after an hour. So if this attack keeps getting prolonged, Command isn't going to have enough time to drive over to the other objective and take it as well. But eventually, he's going to have to make the call for Op 4 to push into that AO. I got Garrett and Royd coming down here. as Kubajas. Is it just Kubai? No, that's I think that's a J. I just don't see the curve under it. It's a weird looking eye. I'm just gonna call him Kuba. Desperately trying to do medical on Devil Dog here, but I wonder if these Blue 4 guys will then take the Op 4 weaponry here. Garrett kind of in the open. Kuba bandaging himself. Garrett opting not to push. Does have an ACOG rifle here, so he's got one of the best weapons for the job. Also because he's one of the military kits instead. Might see Kuba poke over here. Might see his gun. Yeah, so Garrett knows. He's sprinting up. He just saw the gun pull away. He's going for it. Oh, God. A stun grenade. It's a 9-baner. Kuba's freaking out. Great use of a 9-baner there by Garrett to basically disorient Kuba. And that entire fire team is wiped. Roy coming in to join. Now they're probably going to do double taps here. So great recovery by Blue 4. There's the double taps. But Op 4 is now sending another team over to Blue 4 here. And that northern group is also folding in. So it's going to be tough. And you got this major group coming in as well. Op 4 is doubling down on this area, realizing that that 4-man team was ineffective. We got this group of 3 in this building. M24 marksman rifle, that's bolt action, a G36, and a second G36. Brewer going down. He's actually a decent player in OFCRA, and he's with Zicky. I mean, he's on 4 kills already. They're slowly moving up to this building, watching the windows. Terrorist versus counter-terrorist. It's basically... It's CSGO global scale. Bart trading, but he gets knocked out himself. Rom reloading, but gets caught in the prone animation where his chest is still up, giving his head to Ibnik there. And Snake Doctor also went down. Zicky on his 5th kill. That might be it for him. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is folded back. I'm going to quickly check these bodies. I want to see if they grabbed anything. Yeah, so the guy with the SMG traded that weapon for something else. I would have taken the PKP at that point. Blue 4 suppressing Garrett. He goes down. Out in the open, no cover. Not surprised with that. Now you got Berneris here trying to put some shots down range with an ACOG G36K. 4 guys left holding that AO. Op 4 has still not pushed in forces on that right side that's defended by a single AI, but it looks like they're starting to send 2 guys down to recon it out. We're 41 minutes in, which means, considering the 5 or 10 minutes safe start would have been, there's still a lot of time left for Op 4 to take both sectors. So these remaining 5 players, actually Garrett's unconscious, 4 players holding this sector have to somehow hold back a force 4 to 5 times their size coming from every direction. I don't know. This is going to be a toughie. So again, even if Op 4 takes this area, they'll still have to bring up that special truck into the area, and then an option will be enabled to, I believe, interact with the laptop. And then from there, Op 4 is then going to drive it all around into that AO. Op 4 is going to be able to sweep that one, but now they're starting to send manpower down there. And as that's going on, they'll send the truck around to go take that. And that'll be a point each to Op 4. So Op 4 will more than likely get 2 points on the board. But Benares going a little offensive here on his own. That's a really big risk. Got Ibnek working on Zicky, so it's only Brewer covering that area. Swear to God, I heard a laser rifle from Fallout firing at Op 4 down there. What the heck does Dark Neko have? The G36. No, that's the SMG. Such a nice gun, but he's firing over Prophet's head, and Prophet doesn't even realize where he's being shot at from. Still firing. Oh, one of those bullets catches inside Prophet's helmet and ricochets around, knocking him out. We also have one guy running up Drago here, wanting to put some points on the board for himself. Where's Benares? Oh, he's dead. Brewer got him. 3 defenders left. RPG's coming in to these buildings. But Blue 4 is sending a backup team to the south. It is the guys that drove around and stole the Vix, so they're going to try to fold in and give some assistance, but they don't have a lot of time to work with here because it's just 3 guys defending against a team of about 15. About 15. I was going to say 15 to 20, but OFCRA's numbers, like they've got some guys in the back line right there, and then they still have the command team up there, but they're in the vehicle, ready to move in at a moment's notice. Drago coming around, double tapping some bodies. You're hearing that SMG firing in the open again. And he knocked Prophet out again. And you've got Blue 4 flanking this open area. And OFCRA is sticking guys here. This could be big. And Dark Neo is preventing these guys from getting behind cover. Fleesh doing the right thing and pulling back. Blue 4 annihilating almost everyone in one of these groups that moved up. Did that Blue 4 guy get hit, or did he pull back? He did take a shot, so that spooked him. But that was a great play by Blue 4 there. And we have another pile of dead Russians close to the other one. Oh, but Dark Neo getting knocked down in a building because Drago came up and put some explosives on him. Great play by Drago there. Dark Neo perfectly behind some of the rubble texture, though, for Drago to not realize he's there. 9 Banner being thrown out to prevent any OFCRA guys from charging. Manchote holding that spot. He's one of the leaders of OFCRA, by the way, but he is trying to overwatch that area, knowing he's alone, and Drago is pushing up. And now OFCRA is sending that reserve team over to that Blue 4 team to stall them. Even with that play, I don't know if Blue 4 is going to be able to hold. Drago knocking out another building. He's got to hear the footsteps of those guys that came around, so he's pieing heavily. Dark Neo also seeing that gun. Smoke grenade being thrown on the corner. Manchote now firing up there. I don't think Dark Neo had his thing on full auto, but that made Drago spook. Grenades being thrown now. Roy getting in a one-on-one, gets caught out and eliminated. Because he was a police guy and they have weaker body armor than OFCRA. So now it's just down to 2 defenders here with submachine guns and smaller calibers. I don't know. Blue 4, meanwhile, mounting up in this vehicle. They are pulling back, and they are foregoing that objective. So looking at the skull count here, we got to ignore that squad because that's all AI, except for Royd in there, who is actually dead. Never mind. But you got this whole group that's dead. That was actually, never mind. That was a bunch of people that left. Garrett is also dead in that building right there. But OFCRA have lost an entire leadership team. And they have another team dying. It's this group. Half of them pushed away, but half of them got caught behind that building. So numbers-wise, it still is in OFCRA's favor. But they got some really nasty beatings down here. I think Manchote's going to be the only one that survives there. So Drago was busy bandaging himself. He's not going to have any more explosives to play. So I think these guys at this point are just waiting for OFCRA to come closer. We're seeing some blue, red on red here. OFCRA just dropped Seal. I think that was Friendly Dino being not too friendly. And you're hearing the command vehicle come up to do the hacking. Meanwhile, looking in the other AO, OFCRA is beginning their attack on the far eastern AO there. Again, there's only one AI defending. So I think OFCRA is looking to go here, capture this, and then rush that vehicle over to the other objective and cap the 2 before that 1 hour mark when they get locked out. Oh, if someone was watching that window, they'd have a perfect shot on Drago here because he just wanted to grab some spare medical or something. I'd imagine if Drago still has any explosives, he's going to knock out these additional buildings. Because that's been a really good job here. But solo clearing is very risky. And I'm curious to see where that Blue 4 team drove off to. It looks like they just... oh, no! They drove around the flank, and they're still going to come back in. And they have a perfect aim on the command vehicle. Oh, no. This could be game-changing. You literally have Ibnek looking in that direction. He didn't see NASA coming up, though. Oh, Neck is blind. As Blue 4 is now pushing up to the command vehicle. Neck taking some shots. NASA unable to get the... There's Neck going down on a flank by Golan. Shea getting knocked out there. Golan pushing up. Brewer knocking him out. Rigel getting knocked out too. NASA the only one left as OFCRA swarms back. Dino getting knocked out there as well. And now it's just NASA. OFCRA quickly pulling back. And you got Blue 4 now spraying on the back of some OFCRA forces as everyone is now coming over to try to figure out what's going on. NASA now coming around, but pushes too far and I think got knocked out right there. I'm not surprised how that went because they were all in open territory. OFCRA had the numbers advantage. They were all close by and they just came back around, but it didn't help that NASA missed a lot of those shots. It wasn't able to turn left to assist with some of the guys trickling over. It fell to Goatland to take that guy out. Shea waking back up with the GPMG. This could be a change. Grenade being thrown. It's going to land behind the vehicle. Smoke now being thrown. Shea took a few hits, still bleeding a little bit. With that GPMG, if he gets the drop on some players, that could be a lot of damage done. And again, Blue 4's not allowed to steal that vehicle, but they are allowed to do some damage to it. But I'm pretty sure it's invincible, actually. So Shea might risk a bandage. He's on borrowed time, though, because OFCRA is going to probably get some people to sweep around that section. While Ezio and Dark are still back here, Drago has this area cleared out. I'm not sure if he's going to go through the buildings on his own. And you've got Zicky, who was brought back. No, it's he's still unconscious. Brewer is carrying him back. And Shea hasn't attempted a bandage yet. I think he just took an unlucky headshot, but he woke back up. You're hearing that MP5 fire off, and they were able to knock out Drago.
Send in Goat 6.
It's like there was, there's a lot of blood down here. It's hard to tell if it's fresh or old.
On the silver play button.
Hey, Wolf Hunter, I really do appreciate it, man. I put the request in last night based off of the poll results, and we'll see it in a few weeks. We'll make a cool unboxing for it. Yeah, Whale, it's OFCRA. The police are getting their asses kicked, but Shea might be able to turn that around. Zagoda didn't see him. Oh. Uh-oh. He's got the ammo to go crazy. He's going back and forth. Hasn't taken a single shot yet. He's firing under the truck. They're throwing grenades out. He's firing under and he's keyholing people. He's crippled by that grenade. Firing at Zagoda's feet knocks him out. Switching to his handgun, but I can't even pronounce that. Knocks him out, but look at the damage he did. Oh my god. Making up for the shortcoming of that previous ambush. Goatland's still unconscious, but wow. Pretty sure he also took out OPFOR ground command, too. Yeah, Lola's dead. Lolo. That, what? Excuse me, but wow. Vexen going up, double tapping him. That was a great play by Shea there. Now you got Brewer coming up to this building. Ezio watching that doorway. I'll be curious to see if OFCRA has any explosives, because this is just perfect for another explosive throw here. But wow. Wow, oh wow. Hey, K-Man's here too. How you doing? He switched to the... Yeah, I would take that gun in his situation too. It's much better than the submachine guns. But OFCRA's numbers are now looking very, very light, and this position is completely disoriented. So Blue 4 might have the ability to do a little bit of a clutch here with these two guys. Grenades being thrown outside the building. Some blood being seen. I think Matoni got hit a little bit there. 9 banners being popped out as well. Blue 4 might be able to get some of these positions locked down because we still have 16 minutes. But at this rate, I don't think they're going to be able to get that truck in time to the other objective. And this is going to be locked out. So that means OFCRA is guaranteed a point here and Blue 4 is guaranteed a point. But only if OFCRA is able to take this spot. They're throwing grenades up here. People are crawling around. Dark Neo's trying to loot more magazines off of this body. Probably got spooked when Brewer came up here. Matoni coming up. He's going to see that Blue 4, guys. He tries to crawl back. Oh, but Dark Neo gets behind the door. Glitching his body with the prone walk back. He's taking shots from up there now. Brewer now looking up. He's going to crawl back again, but as he was doing that, Ezio was watching from the other doorway. Brewer now trying to get a keyhole kill, but he is unable to. Oh my god. Now he's trying to lay low here. He's waiting for people to come upstairs. RPG coming in. And Brewer gets taken down with it as the firefight goes down and the Blue 4 guys are still alive. What? What? How is that possible? That. The fact that they're still alive, they knocked Brewer out, all while the building was coming down. How are you able to do that? And Dark, he's doing tourniqueting. Ezio should be overwatching, but instead he should probably be helping with medical because Dark took a lot of shots there. It's funny because I think Dark was aiming in the wrong place, but the building collapsing, causing everyone to fall, I think knocked Brewer's aim off, but knocked Dark Neo's aim on. And how many guys do we have left here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dino can still be medicked back up. So 4 guys over there, another 4 over here. And you have another 3 over here. This is insane. OFCRA, yep, fully deployed in this other AO. They just have to bring the vehicle around. I love how we still have this AI right here, but this left side attack, despite Blue 4 losing an entire squad early on, Blue 4 has been able to hold by the skin of their teeth. So literally, Blue 4 coming back from the brink here with a great ambush by Shea. And then that. I don't know what to say. OFCRA's definitely disoriented. A lot of their leadership has been taken out. The right flank... Yep, no, so the left flank still has radios to tell the right flank that they're getting their asses kicked by some police hillbillies. And some crazy bullshit tactics. But this is why the offensive team always gets more players than the defense team. Because you never know what shit might get pulled like this. So now you're hearing the truck come up. And OFCRA is going to send 2 guys to sweep. It's going to be a 2-on-2 at this point. And Blue 4 is going to be able to hold the line here. One with the SMG, one with an AK. OpFor is going to have to rush this vehicle, and if they want any chance to go capture the other point. So if these guys can hold for another few minutes, that's going to completely negate the time OpFor is going to have to drive to the other sector. Now, if they go right up to the window, though, they're going to see Ezio. Uh-oh. Nope, they don't go up to... Yes, they do. No, they don't! Neo just ate a face full of lead. Ezio returning fire. Knocks them both out with the SMG! You're kidding! Talk shit all you want about World War II technology in the modern era. What the fuck? Rick Hunt, Manshot, and the other OpFor team, more people are coming in. Ezio is on borrowed time at this point. They're pulling their OpFor guys back to hopefully try and save them later, but good God. Even if OpFor gets up down this spot, oh, they might be able to shoot Ezio in the back of the head, Hillary Clinton style. Oh, my God. If he leans down like that, he'll have his head covered. He's got Rizbo here. Trying to climb up. Oh, there goes Ezio. There's the headshots. Hillary Clinton from the opening. OpFor being held to the hour mark on Objective 1. Is it going to be enough for Blue 4 to hold both objectives? Again, I think OpFor is going to be able to capture this one, but they're not going to be able to get the truck to the other objective in time. Unless they drive like a bat out of hell. But wow. Just wow. So it looks like OpFor is able to get some of these guys back up that went down to that SMG, but it bought Blue 4 time. And I think that was the only thing Blue 4 really needed in this instance. So now numbers are going to look a little still on OpFor's side, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and OpFor has 1, 2, 3, and then 2 halves. So it's fairly even, but in the city, the scope advantages are going to get reduced, and it's going to be CQC. So, wow. Now, where is that truck? It's over here, so they haven't even driven up and initiated the hack yet. They're just trying to secure the area first. So they have it in the zone now. So they need someone to now go in and execute the mainframe. The question is, are they going to actually go initiate it? Because every second they spend dilly-dallying now is 1 second less they have to bring the truck to the other OBJ. But their commander is dead, so they don't know how to do it. Oh, no. There might be a pop-up on their end showing them like a timer or something, but I could have sworn it was they have to bring it into that. Wait. Wait, no. No. Did he just trip on a gun and die? No. No. There was an OFCRA PvP bonus round on Orglands, not the last one we saw, but like a month or two ago, where 2 people died because they walked over a Thompson and it killed them instantly. And I think Blue 4 just somehow I forget who had the SMG. Actually, we can tell because he's the guy with the AK. So somehow Dark Neo's SMG, his MP5 from the grave, because he changed that to this guy, Dragos, it somehow killed an auto rifleman from beyond the grave. I don't... Shay with the multi-kill, Blue 4 doing action movie bullshit, and now ghosts. I really don't understand it at this point. What are we witnessing? What are we actually witnessing? Yeah, so it has to be a time-based objective here, but at this rate, they're not going to be able to get it to the other AO. So I don't know. I honestly don't know at this point. Op 4 is on both of the side objectives, but the truck's only on one area. And my map does not want to scroll around. They still haven't gone around and shot this AI, but they know he's there because we see some blood. Yeah, he's corner camping him. All right. Death by AI, let's go. This is where we add the Jeopardy theme. And Saipo deciding to go full CIA and execute another Hillary Clinton from range. That wasn't him that got the kill, though. Flunder? No? Who got the kill? Did it not count? There's a freaking Op 4 AI sweeping around over there, too. Alright, so I assume that mainframe's done with, and now they've got 5 minutes to move that truck into the other AO. It's gonna be close. But 5 minutes... I think they're just gonna make it, actually. 1 hour has passed, yes, but there was a 5-minute safe start. Or it might have been even 10 minutes, actually. I don't remember. But if Blue 4 is able to defend the central AO, they'll tie. But yeah, no, that route's 3 minutes, so... Blue 4 did their best. Definitely did their best, even from the grave. That's the craziest part about it. But, ay. So let's go ahead. I'll check back on that map in a second. Let's look at some of Blue 4's positioning here. We got a few guys on Overwatch in various buildings here. Again, I don't think Blue 4 wants to play from high ranges here because they don't have a lot of weaponry that can be executed from range. And you saw it with that other sector. If Blue 4 forces Op 4 to go CQC, Blue 4 has the advantage. But if Op 4 is able to engage and pick off targets at range, then they have the advantage. And I don't think Blue 4's realized that because none of the Blue 4 guys from the previous AOs have survived and witnessed the events of that AO going on. Did that AI... Hold on. Did he... Where'd he go? Oh, no, he's just unconscious. Okay, I thought he respawned. I'm like, what the hell? 2 minutes, 50 seconds, but it's going to be able to make it. They're going to cut it close by a minute, but they are going to make it. We got good music for this, too. You hear the Russian AI yelling, too. That's pretty funny. But OFCRA still has that BRDM with the PKT to feel it in. But again, this is just 2 points on OFCRA. The player counts are balanced on both sides. But I think in the initial fighting of the final objective, we're going to see who kind of edges out on top. But OFCRA, with this many forces in a pincer move, is going to be a little tough. If they didn't have those mishaps in the other AO, I think they would have been able to get away with this, but I don't think so. Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? One minute and a half, but that truck is here. Now the question is, how long does that truck need to be in the AO for them to initiate the hack? And will it go into a quote-unquote overtime if the hack is being done? Truck has entered the AO. So now OFCRA is quote-unquote hacking the mainframe. I like how they clipped this. They did it a little lower, but that way it lines up with the like actual seating of it. It's pretty nice. But I also love how the east wind device is literally just your go-to like cyber device. Is it a nuke? Yes. Is it a super weapon? Yes. Does it cause earthquakes? Yes. Can it help you hack into super secret mainframes? Yes. Ay, ay, ay. But now, that was only phase 1. We're going to start seeing OFCRA rally and push forces in through to the final objective for phase 2. Usually, for the past few rounds, we've been able to see who's going to win based off of this, but I don't know. Still could go either way, and it really does help that Blue 4 has a network of remote designators that they can check and scan from. In a pinch. I love how this remote designator... Oh, they shot it to shit. Yeah, so it was a 10-minute safe start, but I think OFCRA... I don't know if OFCRA was able to hack that other mainframe in time. So here we go. Final mainframe. There's only a handful of guys actually at the position. The rest are overwatching in a spaced-out defensive line. So, if OFCRA can bypass the initial defensive lines and flank around and get right up close to the objective and clear a path for that vehicle to sneak in, it's over. If OFCRA runs headfirst into the defensive line Blue 4 has made, it's also over. But Blue 4 has picked a really weird defensive line, in my opinion. Their forces are concentrated to the south. But with both of these forces, like this, they would falter to flank attacks here. So I think OFCRA is going to spend a minute or two and figure out where the best place to probe in is, and then just follow through in there. They might fold into a single unified force, but I think they might keep the flank strategy going. Otherwise, Rassi, thank you for the 10-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, the PvP commentary, and the mission dev, and I hope you get a kick out of this scenario. I don't know. Again, the left flank has taken some heavy casualties, but now they're taking the Vicks that Blue 4 stole and drove up to them. That's pretty funny. So they have transport, and then OFCRA on the right flank still has their original transport, which you see them mounting and moving in on. But with those Vicks being armored, they could drive into town and resist some ground fire. So that's what really worries me about this space defense, is OFCRA could do a rush play and fold that mainframe very easily. door opening sound reminds me of Gmod. Like, very, very similar to Prop Hunt. What the hell? Alright, but otherwise, we're seeing Op4 again, still remounting. We have our camera act physically over the left flank. I'm watching the right flank's movements. And Blue 4, I think, is folding some of their defensive lines around. They're covering their northern flank a little more. There's still a big opening on the northwestern side of town, but that's still a lot of distance to cover. And Op4 is going to have to get a good educated guess in order to take advantage of that spot. If you do !OFCRA, it'll link you to their Discord. I don't think I put that command in the title. My bad. Here, we're slow right now. We can add it. I always forget something. Alrighty. Otherwise, just make sure it's because there were Blue 4 guys in those Vics last. Actually, I'm pretty sure how it works is whoever gets in the Vics first determines the color for the spectator overview. So since no Op4 guys ever went into those Vics, they just, they're now blue because Blue 4 were the first and only guys to get into them before Op4 took them back. And you still have Op4 defending this area in full. I think they're just planning out how to hit the next objective. Op4 heading south, though. They might rally with the forces here to then do a unified push. Now, the trick is there any remote designators or any way for Blue 4 to do recon to know that attack is coming? And I don't think so. It's just going to be a matter of where does Op4 push in originally and how does Blue 4 counter it? And then how does Op4 still push to the objective despite Blue 4's counter? Yeah, the East Wind device is literally just the plot device. Other ops will be at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. 8 p.m. will be a World War II Zeus op, specifically the Ethiopian Africa Theater between Anzac and Italians, and 10 p.m. will be TMTM on the ground. I don't know the topic of the mission yet. I think that AI finally died. Rest in peace. Yeah, based off of this flank, I can only assume they're coming around to link up with that force. In which case, these defensive garrisons are going to need to be quick to maneuver. They'll be quick enough because it's only a 3-story building. What worries me is the high-rises here. The really tall apartment buildings, that's going to take them a few moments to actually pull out of that building and start moving to the other sector. Again, based on Blue 4's gear, I do not like that deployment method, but at the same time, those are the only buildings that are enterable, so I get it. But Op4 has been very good at dealing with things at range, and Blue 4... What? Okay, Blue 4's got 3 people doing a massive wide flank around, going... They might have gotten lost, but the other Vic that had 6 or 7 dudes is going down the SSR to turn into the MSR. That could work in Blue 4's favor, because if they think the attack is coming from the left side, they might pull forces over, weakening this side to allow Op4 to steamroll in. They're bringing up those GAZs to, GAZs to bring up transport. Are they going to dismount behind one of these buildings? I think that's a mistake. I think they should have pulled into some of the buildings closer, but I also get it's because they're going in blind. They don't want to get machine gunned down, but this creates a large amount of open area for them to potentially cross. They're going to have to get back in that Vic PID where it's safe and then drive down that way, but it looks like these guys already spotted them moving in. Let's look over at the other OPFOR force here. I thought they mounted up, but they still have a lot of guys on defense. Again, I think they're spending this time to probe the defenses that Blue 4 has, as this force has pulled back significantly. I think they're legitimately lost at that point. All right, so we got shots being exchanged right here. Blue 4 started laying down some hate. And OPFOR does not have a lot of room to return fire. That's just a really bad angle. Trying to line up some 203s. The heck? No, Arma, I don't want to look at your DLCs right now. Where did that GL go? I don't even know. For real? Was it a dud? I mean, if he was trying to range it, it would have probably been a smoke round first. Maybe it went off when I was when I got sucked into the DLC menu, but was it a flare? No? Huh. Weird. Yeah, so I don't think they still understand, they don't know where they're being shot at from. Just drew a line. Where are they going? Pogo's all the way over here. He's got an ACOG, but at that range, it's going to be tough to get a hit. It was a Hunt IR camera. So he could get direct eyes on what's over there, how many they are. That is actually very smart. OPFOR had no idea. I don't think I've ever seen Hunt IR in PvP. Another round going out. Is it a GL? Give it another few seconds. It was a GL that time, but it was a little over range. So I think he's now trying to use the Hunt IR camera to spot for his GLs. That's innovative, man. That one's pretty damn innovative. So you're hearing some more shots. He's getting it closer. That was an HEDP round. Taco realizing what's going on. These guys did lose Murdy. That one getting caught on the roof. If you were to adjust it a little to the left. That's a smoke one going over. OPFOR still taking their sweet time here. Classic D&D mistake, splitting up, yeah, right? Okay, now it looks like they've re-gotten their bearings here and they're going to come into town again. Thank God. I just don't get why OPFOR is still just sitting here and waiting, you know? So they're trying to pop into some of these windows thinking that that silhouette of the bed is actually a player. Granted, these two guys, they only have 2 short-range weapons. A PKM and 2 AKs. So they're going to mount up and just try to get out of this area. Not a bad call, because again, that's a really tough position for them. And now I just got to wonder, where are they going to go from here? You know? So they're just driving in reverse. Smart call. I don't know where they're going to go at this point. OPFOR now fully mounted and moving out as this other group's pulling out. Now you got some shots going. But I think they're going to get away here. Yeah, so they're going to try an elaborate flank where Blue 4 is exposed. They don't know that Blue 4 doesn't have anything right there, though. But now we're starting to see this other OPFOR push come in. You guys are on the part where I thought the GL wasn't dead. Ha! Hey, I wasn't expecting... I've never thought of Hunt IR in PvP, but that was actually really cool to see. And look at this. They're just going to drive right in with dudes on the top of the BRDM. Are you kidding? All right, it's going to be up to McKinney here. With an MP5, that's not going to be what he wants. And a marksman up here with an automatic rifle, so he starts firing. That first shot was a miss, senor. No, no, it wasn't. Is his head down? I think he's dead. No, I think he got him. Who'd he hit? Whoa! Whoa! Oh no! Arma strikes again! First, it was Blue 4's ghost gun, and now it's Blue 4 smacking everything around. That's disabled the BRDM. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's 3 dead to ghosts. Where's the mulligan? McKinney firing with that MP5 from above. I think he just got killed though. As we see that AS Val in action. But wow, there's a 4th one dead over here. My god. So Blue 4 just racking in the kills here. I don't know if they'll be able to spawn in as reserves and come back in, because that was a bit bullshitty in my opinion. And we've got the other half of OPFOR's command structure on the right flank all the way back there. Even with that, OPFOR still has a bit of a numbers advantage pushing in right here. And OPFOR is also pushing in from range right here on the northern side. Despite everything that's happened to OPFOR, I still think they're going to be able to push in. Oh my god. What have we been witnessing? Alright, so you got Nico here trying to break some kneecaps of Snake. Speaking of which, he's actually bandaging his kneecap. Okay. Hood now firing over. Trying to get some keyhole on these guys, getting a lot of hits. Hitting the tire. A lot of medical going on. And the smoke now obscuring his vision. Falk is confused. He's now firing into the smoke grenade for his friendlies put up. And now there's forces coming up. OFCRA is disoriented here. This is exactly what Blue 4 wants. As OFCRA is now pushing up the coast here to try to hit that position from the rear. Hood is methodically coming out, trying to scope a kill. He's only got a CCO scope on there, though. You have more smoke being popped. He's again doing his best to get some keyholes here. He is getting some hits. Gets Dreddy knocked out. Also, Weber is knocked out as well. Karaoke now going under the gas, thinking he'll be safe down there, but that is not the case. But you're seeing the effectiveness of the OFCRA body armor here with all of this blood around. As Hood's landing a lot of shots on target, but it's not enough. So even with these shenanigans, I think OFCRA is going to be able to pull in with this rear team and take the objective. It's just how are they going to get the truck in after that? I assume the truck's been brought up here. Yep. For command to drive it in when they're ready. But OFCRA is pretty much pinned. We're going to have to see the reserve team try to break through here and start clearing out these buildings. Now we see some long-range shots going against some of these Blue 4 guys on the hospital here. They now quickly get down. They had a marksman pair, a sniper and a spotter. I don't see any fresh bodies, though. They weren't able to get a shot before they were spotted. And Hood still laying the hate here. I see only 3 ticks now, because he was able to get that kill. Karyoka's come down. Chicago is literally crippled. Weber is still unconscious here. Hood just doing some great job here, hitting the foot of Chicago and knocking him out. He got a bullet ricochet into Weber's leg. Wow, OFCRA is just unable to move here. I assume chat just got to the part where these vehicles got knocked out. By the way, what happened there was the unconscious guy got pulled out of the Vic, and it caused the Vic to Arma fly into the other Vic and knock out and kill those 3 guys. So it was just Arma being Arma with Ace. That's it in a nutshell for you. Yeah, OFCRA just doesn't want to push a group over to maneuver, so I gotta think they're playing distraction for this team to come in from the north, and OFCRA is then gonna send the vehicle around the side flank, or have these guys then push in through to secure that Vic going in. Because otherwise, I can't imagine why OFCRA would not be more aggressive here. I think Blue 4, Mikkel just accidentally 9-baned himself. And you're still hearing some long-range shots. Chicago bled out. Weber, I think, is actually... Nope, he's still bleeding. So it's a very slow bleed out there. And Hood putting some more bullets. Nope, someone was. Oh, hold on. We have Pogo, who is Blue 4 ground command, coming around, trying to stop some OFCRA pushing down. Managed to get a kill for his trouble. And I don't think he got seen at all. And that weapon is very quiet. Otherwise, hearing some more shots here as OFCRA engages Mikkel, who switched buildings. I don't see Hood anywhere. Oh, Hood pulled back to that corner. Now you got OFCRA firing over here. One guy went down. I think they got picked off by a marksman pair. They, I think, ran to this window. And now you're seeing that marksman start to keyhole additional forces here. Think he just got a hit on a guy right there. But if you're to check that corner again, he could probably get a follow-up shot. Yep, so he's in that window right now. You see that little black speck. Let's see who he drops. Flender. Making the tires turn around as well. Blue, OFCRA doing some red on red again. Hearing some more 9-banners pull off. OFCRA doing some more shooting on their own vehicles. I think Trick maybe sees some of the OFCRA bodies and he's confused now. Thinking that that's a Blue 4 group that's pushed in. Mikkel getting some pressed again. I want to see if Blue 4's marksman comes around and tries to do another shot. But we had... Are these the 6 EME guys? Yep, they've pulled back from the central middle area. Now they're trying to counter this OFCRA push. And if they're successful, there won't be enough guys actually take that sector. We just had Shadow Stalker get a kill down the street. I think Blue 4 might be able to clutch this. And if they get enough kills, they'll get the supremacy bonus as well, and it'll be GG. Friendly Dingo getting knocked out. Actually, no, he trades with Bokagun here. I don't know. We had 2 6EM, 3 6EME guys go down, potentially by Rizbo. He is up 2 kills. It is still too early to call. And OFCRA is now being super aggressive. I think they were just told that that northern group came under fire, so now they're being forced to push in more aggressively. You got that marksman team that is now pulling around here. I think they're going to try to go CQB with this reserves team. If they were to hit them in the rear, they do really well. Rizbo coming around. I think he shot that 1-6 EME guy that was still bandaging. Yep, he just ticked. So he's on 5 kills right now, considering these 3 unconscious. That has knocked out 6 EME, kept OFCRA's northern push in the fight. And the balance of power, I think, just got shifted back to OFCRA for numbers. Still got side lead down there. Pogo. Now it's eerily quiet as Blue 4 tries to get licks in where they can, and there goes all the 6 EME bodies bleeding out. Dino is down again. Oh. I guess he's not out. So that's still 6 OPFOR guys on the northern flank. That is enough to push in and secure the location of that mainframe position. I don't think Blue 4 has enough at this point. They don't have the time to do guerrilla tactics because now all forces are pushing from various angles here. Oh, as I say that, Cheeseburger getting a drop there. As the marksman also attempting to overwatch. Flender still bleeding out. Lord quickly trying to do bandaging, but that was a kill. Falk, I think, just took a crippling shot. That or he was still on walk mode. I actually don't see any blood. I think he's okay. While your cat gives birth? Congratulations, Bearded. He did get hit. Yep, so he is bandaging. But, yeah, I hope it goes well. So Falk pinned down by the marksman. He quickly pulls out of there. And Lord now looking up there, trying to find the shooters. Now you got two OPFOR guys coming down the street. There is an OPFOR body down here by the bus station. So the question is going to become... can Shadowstalker get some more kills? He has a nasty white silhouette there, so it's a little easy to spot him. He's going to keep these port 3 now pinned at the bus station as he gets a great drop. And actually from their angle, it's a little tough to see in there. Shadow takes some shots. He leaves the bunker. And you have two OPFOR guys right here that can fold around. There's some blue fort to their north. And there's this TRD group that's starting to circle around. But will they get back in time to reinforce? Shadowstalker firing up at the bus station to keep it pinned. He's shooting at a body here to be killed because the smokes are confusing him a little bit. And OPFOR is smoking this street. I think they're going to pull to a different route because this is suicide. You got Matt firing up into that building. And you got the marksman firing back. Firing shots on Falk there. Something just hit the rubble next to him. Ooh, that one hit him. Falk has no idea where that's coming from. Matt also got hit. He's doing another bandage. It is so hard to tell what is fully going on here. Got two OPFOR guys up here. Charles, I think, getting some shots in from the rear. Keyholing right here. The hits were right there. He didn't get any kills. He's on that window. Might be able to get a shot on Tasty Fettuccine. Misses the shot. Yeah, these guys are all behind this cargo container now. This is all buying time, though, for the TRD guys to fold back in. Meanwhile, you got these two OPFOR guys coming over. Settler here did not have an angle. Just heard AT get fired down the street at that bus station there. Excuse me, the bus stop. Because they're trying to make sure that OPFOR is still not behind there. I agree, OPFOR has been a little more reserved in how they throw units at a problem. And at this point, it's just a lot of different smaller groups getting desperate. I think there was a little bit of coordination here with OPFOR holding to distract Blue 4 to get that strike team in from the rear and then push. Wait. Oh. That's it. It's a tie game. So it was only an hour and a half. Huh. That makes sense. Usually OFCRAs are an hour and a half. I thought it would go for a little longer, but it was still 18 to 17. If that's the case, then why did OPFOR hold then instead of pushing? I thought we were going to go to 2 hours with how reserved they were going to be. I'm confused. Well, at least we saw some good action, though. That, yeah, that hour-long hold at that first OVJ then bought Blue 4. Well, actually, neither side won. It was a stalemate. Both sides got 2 points. So, GG. That's a little awkward. All right, so I'm going to go check on my horchata. It still needs to soak for another hour, but I guess I'll just go back to video editing. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. We'll be back at 8 p.m. for the Paw Patrol World War II operation. Otherwise, cheers and have a good one. Interesting ending.